Good morning, children. Well, to continue with the poem Why, today we shall be dealing with reading is fun and let's talk activity on page 62 of your text. So, before we begin, let us first recite the poem once. Why? I know a curious little boy who is always asking why. Why this? Why that? Why then? Why now? Why not? Why by the by? He wants to know why wood should swim, why lead and marble sing, why sun should shine and wind should blow, and why we eat and drink. He wants to know what makes the cloud and why they cross the sky, why sinks the sun behind the hills, and why the flowers die. Some of these whys are not too hard to answer if we'll try. Others no one ever yet has found the reason why. Well, children, now let us begin with reading is fun activity on page 62. You can take out your book and turn on to that page. Your first question goes like this. Name a few things that sink. So children, you all know what is sink now. What is sink? Something going below the surface of the water. Okay? Mostly the heavy things sink in water. So my answer is a few things that sink are marble, stone, heavy metals, brick, etc. So these are some of the things which I have written. You may add any more. Number 2, list 3 questions that the little boy asks. Number A, why does wind blow? Why does the sun sink behind the hills? Why do flowers die? So these are 3 questions. There are many other questions which the little boy had asked. You may ask or write any other questions like why does the wood swim in water? Why do lead and marble sink? Why does the sun shine? All these questions. Why do we eat and drink? Many other questions are there. Third question is, what sort of a boy is described in the poem? Yes, it is curious boy. He was a curious little boy. And our next let's talk activity is, first question is, why can't we look at the sun during a solar eclipse? But before this, we should know what is a solar eclipse. You all know that our earth and the moon are in constant motion. The earth moves around the sun and the moon goes around the earth. So while in motion, sometimes the moon comes between the sun and the earth, and then a solar eclipse occurs. So what is a solar eclipse? A solar eclipse occurs when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, which causes a shadow to fall on certain parts of the earth. For the people in the shadow, it looks like the sun has gone dark. I read out once more. What is a solar eclipse? A solar eclipse occurs when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, which causes a shadow to fall on certain parts of the earth. For the people in the shadow, it looks like the sun has gone dark. So can you see the two pictures? The above picture is a picture of a solar eclipse. The sun looks dark, isn't it? And the bottom picture, it is a diagram actually showing the sun, the moon and the earth are in straight line. They are aligned in a straight line and the moon is between the sun and the earth. So can you see a shadow is cast on the earth and people from that part of the earth will not be able to see the bright sun. For them, the sun will look like a little darker. And the let's talk activity first question is, why can't we look at the sun during a solar eclipse? So the answer is, on a sunny day, if we were to look directly at the sun, we would know to look away after a split second because of the pain caused by the brightness. During most of solar eclipse, the sun will be partly blocked by the moon, making it less bright. This tricks our eyes into being able to look at the sun for a long time. This may damage our eyesight. Actually, what happens? It is not that we cannot look at the sun during a solar. We can look. We can, in fact, look at it for a longer time than the normal sun. On a normal sunny day, what happens? The sun is very bright, and if we look at the sun, what happens? We either close our eyes or we move our eyes away from it. But during a solar eclipse, as the sun is partly or fully covered, so what happens? We are able to look at the sun for a longer duration. And that what happens? That may damage our eyesight. This is actually not given in your text, but I have added this also, so that if you want to view at a solar eclipse, you have to use certified eyewear, which will protect your eyes against permanent damage. So the way to protect our eyes if we do want to watch a solar eclipse. Can you see the children? They are using certified eyewear for like observing a solar eclipse. So regular sunglasses can't protect our eyes during a solar eclipse. Homemade filters also can't guarantee safety. However, there are ways to see a solar eclipse and keep eyes safe. Certified glasses can only protect our eyes. This lens material is specially made to filter out 100% of harmful ultraviolet rays, 100% of harmful infrared rays, and 99.99% of intense visible light. So all these are very harmful for our eyes. What are they? They are ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, and intense light of the sun. So these protective eyewear will protect your eyes from all these harmful rays during a solar eclipse. Our next question is, why can't we touch the sun? So you know that the sun is a big ball of fire, and it is around 151.39 million kilometers away from us. So it is not possible for us to touch the sun. So these are two simple reasons I have given you as the answer. There are other scientific reasons also, but we'll not go for those. You simply can write as the sun is a big ball of fire and it is very far away from us, and that is why we are not able to touch the sun. However, the scientists from NASA are trying to tackle this challenge also. Next is, why can't we go out to play in the dark? So can you see this picture? It's pitch dark. We cannot see anything except that maybe the light of the moon. So the answer would be, we cannot go out to play in the dark because we cannot see anything in darkness. We may fall down and get hurt if we play in darkness. So this is the answer. So now children, you will be noting down in your note copies and also in your text where there is space provided the answers to reading is fun activity and let's write activity of these three questions. You'll be noting down in your note copy. Thank you, children. Bye for today.